What the fuck is that?
Yo, 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 what is going on, everyone? Welcome into the Rock Show. How we doing? Yes, I know there's a shadow on my face. Here, let me fix that. Hi, how you doing? What's going on? How is everyone doing today? It's Friday. We made it to the weekend, chat. Yay! This week has been brutal when it comes to work, but we're making it through. Making it through. That's all that counts. That we're making it through. So welcome in, everyone. We are gonna be jumping into our cross-stitch project here. We're working with a project for my daughter. This project we're working on is Rainbow Heart Bear, and it is a cross-stitch project. Yes, a guy working with needle and thread. That's not a doctor, and you know. So yeah, kind of thing happens, chat. But yeah, I wanted to real quickly share with you guys a video I came across on our good friend Chef Steve 330's channel. He had rather his Discord server. He had posted a link to a news article from his local Fox news station, Fox 26, and I want to go ahead and share this with you because I want you guys to kind of see the raw emotion that's kind of coming out with this one. So I want you guys to watch this real quick, and we'll discuss a little bit more about it and kind of go from there. So let's watch this here. Hold on, give me that light back. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna watch this here real quick. We got to go through an ad first, so let me go ahead and mute the ad for a moment. It's a 9-second ad, so shouldn't take too long. Music, stop.
Who've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for charity are desperately haters who've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for charity are desperately trying to get back on the road after a drunk driver destroyed their trailer full of kitchen equipment. Fox 26 business reporter Tom Ziska says months after the wreck, the business is still struggling to survive. Tom.
Caroline, the crash happened in Magnolia. End of May, seemingly underinsured drunk driver crashed into Stephen Smith and Michael Bateman and brought their mobile food business to a crashing halt. Steve Smith and Michael Bateman are working to turn this old pop-up camper into a mobile dessert stand so they can salvage some business and get back to fundraising.
My dude, good to see you. Luma coming in with the 250.
Their journey started with online streaming cooking videos that Smith produced to raise money for charity.
He moved me, what he was doing, the raising of funds for kids with cancer, and how passionate he was about it.
I feel like if you just be yourself and you have passion with what you do, and my passion for cooking and charity fundraising and, learning the most I can about like St. Jude or Starlight and what they do and what they provide and where your money goes.
But a dessert stand is a far cry from where they were when a drunk driver plowed into their popular catering trailer with tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment.
We are very lucky to be alive from a head-on nighttime drunk driving collision. But we just had so much loss from it. Sometimes it's really overwhelming. Everybody was really starting to like everything, and then it's just like taken from you in that one moment. And then, you're kind of just left with like, now what are we going to do? How are we going to not lose the house?
Since the crash, the truck and trailer have been impounded by the driver's insurance company that has been dragging its feet paying the claim. Meantime, the catering business has dried up, while previous customers and supporters have started a GoFundMe to help Smith and Bateman start over. Despite the generous start, though, there's a long way to go.
How can you stop when you have people who have done things like the GoFundMe to help you keep going? You can't stop. And there's still kids who have cancer, so you can't stop. So you have to figure out a way.
Despite the insurance company, Old American County Mutual Fire Insurance Company, acknowledging their driver was responsible, Steve Smith says he was told by a company rep, quote, "We'll see you in court because we don't have any money to pay you." I have a link to that GoFundMe campaign on a web version of this story. Watching Your Money. Tom Ziska, Fox 26 News.
Here we go. So yeah, so that's the video that Steve shared from his local Fox affiliate, Fox 26, down there in Houston. So you guys heard there that their insurance, the person who hit them back in May, they've gone ahead and said, no, yeah, he's definitely at fault, but we ain't got any money for you, so yeah, we'll see you in court. That is the antithesis of greed, right there, chat. That is the antithesis of greed. When you are more inclined to not pay out what is owed to the victims of a crash, that is the penultimate middle finger to the victims. And I'm sorry, if I did that to someone, I expect my insurance company to pay them. I expect them to pay them. Accident or not, on purpose or not, it had better be paid. So, yeah, to that insurance company, I really wish I could go ahead and get certain prosecutors that I know that's out there in the world. I would love to go ahead and get them on retainer and just say, hey, look, help these guys get what they need. And what they need is they need money to replace the things that they've lost, so they can get back up on their feet and get back to doing what they were doing, which is stuff for charity. I guarantee you something like that would likely be something that a well-known prosecutor would be like, you know what? I won't even take $1 from this. I will do this pro bono. Bet you anything. And you get a good attorney on your side to go after that, to go after the insurance company, who has gone ahead and said absolutely 100% without question or argument that their insured driver is at fault, but they're not going to pay. Dude, no judge or jury in this world would side with the insurance company at that point. They'll be like, look, you better find the money, and you better pay them. Plain and simple. So, again, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys the kind of raw emotion that that was flowing through. At least at the very least, Krem. Steve has kind of gotten numb to it at this point. There's just been so many things that has happened to him over the years, and gotta love him for just pushing on. You know, he understands there's not much he can do, and he's just gonna have to keep on keeping. That's who Steve is. Meanwhile, Krem, um, he's like, look, this kind of thing here hits me right in the feels, because how are we gonna go ahead and say we can't move forward when there's folks in the community who've set up a GoFundMe and have donated thousands of dollars to ensure that we keep going. Yeah, that's wild. Um, I hope for Krem and for Steve's sake that the driver that the drunk driver's insurance company decides to do what is right before they are taken to court, because like I said, if I had the means, chat, if I was to hit the lotto tomorrow, I would have the means to get them back on their feet, and to get them their back pay, and to get them everything that is owed to them, and still be able to help out the kids on or various different charity organizations, and still be sitting okay. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If I hit the lotto, I'm not going to tell anybody, but there will be signs. There will be signs, chat. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. We're gonna get into our craft. So again, I found some settings on this camera here, and it looks like it's doing much better than it has done in the past. Like this is clearer than it's been in a while. Like you can actually see. You can actually see some of the color and whatnot in it, so it's looking good. Rock Otter, what's up, Bubba? How you doing? How you doing, bub? Hope everything's good for you. Cheers to you. I'm definitely gonna have to get some more of that. That is freaking good. Brock, how's things going for you, Bubba? Happy Friday. I'm doing pretty good, bud. I'm winding down from a long week. Still got a bit of a, wouldn't really call it a long weekend, but I've still got a lot going on this weekend. I've already gone ahead and told my boss I'm planning on taking Thursday off, so I gotta make sure I put a reminder in on Monday to put that request in. I need a day. I need a day in the middle of the week. This week, partially because I know that my kiddos are weeks away from going back to school, and you know, I kind of want to go ahead and do something, but I'm not sure exactly what. Outside of trying to go ahead and get the house clean. And so I don't know. I know. I think the I think uh I might take a week off of streaming to get caught up on some other things that I want to go ahead and try to get done around the house. But I haven't really gone ahead and made a full decision on that yet. So more to come on that. More to come on that. So I only got to stop by for a little bit myself. It was a little bit later in the afternoon slash evening. Um, what I could tell, the stream was good. We got a lot done today. Uh-oh. Hold on here for a second, chat. Did I screw up? I may have screwed up something. Hold on. I did screw up something. Shit. I should have gone up here. That's where I should have gone. Okay. Yeah, looks like they had an interview with their local Fox affiliate this morning, and or sometime this afternoon, and so they had they were on the 5 o'clock. Yeah, I think it was like their 5:30 o'clock news on their local Fox station. So message me about something. All right. We were just talking though about how the video, you know, the local Fox station reached out to the drunk driver's insurance company, the one that hit the trailer, and they confirmed, oh yeah, the drivers that hit them is at fault, absolutely. But they're not going to see a dime because we don't have the money to pay them, which is bullshit. That's just ultimate greed right there. Well, yeah, our driver was at fault, but we don't have the money to pay. Bullshit. We'll see you in court then. All right, well, we'll see you in court. Bet. Okay, hang tight. Go ahead and see. Oh, I suppose I can do that. You know, Brock, you could have seen that if you had Discord. That's where Steve posted it. Gotta pick on you a little bit, Bubba. Gotta pick on you a little bit. It's all in fun. I don't do it out of spite. Believe me, if I did it out of spite, I would be a heck of a lot more brutal. The way that people have pushed my buttons over the years, I've definitely learned a thing or two about how to be brutal to somebody. But because I have that knowledge, I don't use it. This is actually pretty damn good. My wife got excited the other night. After stream and whatnot, I was standing here trying to unwind from everything, and I had something that was causing a hiccup, and that's right, something was going on where I couldn't get the HDMI switch to flip over to one of the other active HDMI channels, and I was just kind of standing there. My wife comes around the corner. She goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm trying to get this thing to work." So I was actually standing at that time and not sitting down. But she came to me all excited about there's somebody who her and the girls watch their YouTube videos of like nail designs and whatnot. And she's all geeking out over here. I was like, okay. As far as down. I can't blame her for geeking out. I would geek out too if it was somebody famous that I knew that was going to be Yeah. Bonk joined the stream last night. All right, not a problem. Do you think, bub? Hoping that I can at least get through the first half of this row. And at least get a couple stitches in on the return path. But I can't guarantee that's going to happen. So, thinking about it here, if there's any time that I want to go ahead and actually swap out the thread, it's right now while I have open cloth in front of me here. Yeah, let's go ahead and swap it out. We'll swap it out now. It's fine. Thread helper there. Get that out of the way so I can see what's going on. Chat, and don't forget, we are raising awareness for Starlight Children's Foundation, a charity organization that helps out local hospitals, like our very own Nationwide Children's Hospital right here in Columbus, Ohio, by providing them with toys, board games, video games, arts and crafts supplies, along with things like hospital wear, gowns and pants. They go through and redesign waiting areas into playrooms for kids to play in. In some cases, they may go ahead and revamp an entire area for the older kids to go and hang out. So, or just provide like a whole family hangout spot. So if you like to know more about that, we'll watch a video here and in just a minute. As soon as I get this this threaded back into place, we'll kind of go from there. Welcome back, Rock Otter. We are redoing the last stitch that we did previously. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and go through here. We're just gonna do our normal stitching, which will essentially put ourselves, well, essentially anchor down the two tails together. And the whole goal behind this is just to anchor it down so that way it don't go anywhere. It allows us to continue on unabated. There we go. Go ahead and get a few more stitches in here. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and pause here for, actually, you know what? Hold on. There's one thing I want to do real quick before I get too much further ahead of myself. I want to try and fix one little thing here. I need to go over here to my Elgato and extras. Which right now for some reason is blank. What? Did I lose connection to my Elgato? No, still there. So why is... That's weird. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move the video group for Starlight up into the in what we call the global scene layout. And the reason why we're doing that is so that way we can go in here and we can say just play on whatever scene we're already on. We're not going to worry about we're not going to worry about flipping from whichever scene we're on to a different scene. We're just going to stay where we are. So let me all right, so first and foremost we're going to go ahead and unsnap that. Unsnap that. We don't need it to go to that scene anymore. That's all we need to do. All right, that's the first one. This will take me just a few minutes. Actually, let me go ahead and I'll switch back over here to the crafting scene. Should be able to go ahead and finish doing what I'm doing here. Next. Sorry if you guys can't see what I'm doing. Just know that with Polypop Live, which is the streaming software we use, it uses an action sequence and does what we call a pick whip. So essentially, what you're doing is you're going over to a nodule on your action sequence. This is like the event list of what you want it to do. Okay, you go over to a certain nodule, you grab a hold of the middle of the nodule, and it essentially drags a wire out from it. And then you take that wire and you connect it to the item that you want to be wired up to that specific action. And all I'm doing right now is I'm going through all of the videos and I'm pulling up the action sequences that we have set up for those. And I'm just pulling the wire connected to the different scenes that I have set up out. So that way, from whichever scene I'm on, whether it's this one, the main screen, one of the zoomed in scenes, the Hello World scene, which is where we're in front of the downtown Columbus skyline. It doesn't matter where we're at. We'll be able to go ahead and watch the video right here on whatever current scene we're on, and when the video's done, it'll just bring us back to that same scene. Instead of having a different button for different scenes, that becomes a pain in the butt. Okay, this one here. Let's get pull the wire from that one. Pull the wire from this one. I said pull the wire. Pull the wire. Thank you. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to do. One more. Oh, that's the Starlight Summit commercial. We've gone ahead and we've taken out all the stuff for that. Okay. There's I'm hoping that there's going to be a new Starlight Summit video, which, by the way, guys, don't forget, Childhood Cancer Awareness Month is coming up. The what's the word I'm looking for here? I've done forgotten what I was gonna say. Hey, you know what? Norgie and them still in Discord. I'm gonna pop on in here real quick. Hello, are you guys still here?
Hello.
Not for long. I was gonna say, Norgie, you already sound like you're fading.
Oh, dude, I'm done. Like, we were literally sitting here smoking the last cigarette of the day.
There you go. All right, so that should be fine. Let's go ahead and pause the music and let's go watch a video here real quick. Exactly, Brock. How do they not have money to pay Steve and Krem? That it's absolutely asinine that the insurance company of the drunk driver who hit them has claimed without a doubt, yes, our insured driver is at fault. However, we're not going to give you any money because we don't have any money to give. That's bullshit.
It's the purpose of an insurance company.
Exactly.
Right. Sounds like money laundering.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or just straight up greed. So yeah, that's going to be one of those ones where, you know, again, if I knew a really good prosecutor and I could get them on retainer and say, look, I need you to go down and get these guys the money that they deserve. And if they were able to say, you know what, I won't even have them pay me for it, I will do this pro bono, that's even better.
But the fact still remains that they don't have no goddamn money.
Which is bullshit because we know that they do. We know.
At that point, you're just fucking taking money.
Yeah. They've gone ahead and told Steve, yeah, we you know, our driver's at fault. We agreed to that, but we're not paying anything because we don't have the money. And when Steve's like, the hell you aren't, and they said, okay, fine, we'll see you in court. And it's like, yeah.
His insurance company should provide a lawyer at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking Steve's insurance company.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve's insurance company. So Brock, what's basically happening here is you have an insurance company who's gone ahead and sold their services out to drivers and are working on insuring them by way of their insured drivers paying them a monthly fee. And instead of going ahead and having money in an account that they can go ahead and use to pay for for things like accidents, regardless if it was a drunk driver accident or just a simple oops, bump into somebody, because let's say for instance, let's say it's icy out and you just slide. You know, you do everything in your power to avoid hitting the person you're trying to avoid to hit, but you still end up hitting them, right? Something like that is still going to require some form of body inspection and repair, and an insurance company would absolutely have the ability to pay that out, you know. But this insurance company is a scam. All they're doing is they're taking money from the people that they're insuring, and they're not paying anything out because they're pocketing all that money themselves. That's what's happening. they're embezzling their own money.
I wish I could embezzle my own money.
Right. You don't understand why Steve and Krim have to deal with this crap. No one understands it, but you know, it's
The American way.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
All right, let's watch a video real quick, and we'll be right back after this.
Starlight's purpose is to deliver happiness to seriously ill children and their families, to give them moments of
Good night,
normalcy.
y'all. We're going to bed.
All right, bye, Bubba.
I'm following you.
Starlight has a lot of programs that help us build that bridge between kids really instantly.
When you're in the hospital, the days are long days, and the more we have to distract us and to entertain us, the quicker it is that we recover.
What I love about Starlight is the simplicity of the programs. You can literally see a child's face come to life when they put on one of our gowns, when they play with the fun center, when they're immersed in our virtual experience world.
There's a direct correlation between happiness and outcomes after surgery. Patients that are engaged recover smoother and quicker and faster.
And it just takes the conversation away from the next scan or the next treatment or the next stressing change.
It's like a little escape for us as parents also.
And when I was playing with her, I felt very overjoyed because it was taking away my sister's pain.
One of the great strengths of Starlight is our network of hospitals and pediatric centers across the country. It's about 800 in our network that we work with.
20 years ago, we started partnering with Starlight Children's Foundation. They provide so many amazing programs to benefit seriously ill children and hospitalized children.
Everything around them as far as hospital equipment is totally unfamiliar, and so when they see something like a Nintendo roll into the room, they kind of say, oh, I didn't know that kind of stuff was allowed here.
When I'm having my treatments, they bring one of those in, and I'm just like, time to play.
It does help in the healing process because it makes him happy.
By us delivering happiness, we know that it shortens hospital stays, it improves health outcomes, and lowers the cost of care.
Starlight makes an enormous difference to patients and families.
It's all part of getting better.
And they're not just their injury, they're not just their illness, they're still a kid. And so this really allows them to still be a kid while they're in the hospital.
The more we partner with others like the Starlight Children's Foundation, the better we can do our job and the better we can take care of the kids every day.
We bring to kids that are seriously ill moments where they can be a kid.
All right, chat. There we go. That is the Starlight Children's Foundation video for delivering happiness. You saw pretty much every single program that they have to offer. There's the games, toys, arts and crafts supplies, areas that they've transformed into kid play areas that multiple patients can come into one room and play together. So they're not just stuck in their room playing. They got to actually socialize with other kids. There is so that's what you call essentially the Starlight Spaces. The one thing they really didn't go ahead and focus too much on in that video was how the hospitals get the toys, and that's a program called I just blanked on it for some reason. Wow. It's why did my brain just break all of a sudden, chat? Can someone tell me why? There's my charity stuff. There's that. There's Starlight. Promotional assets brought to you by. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. That page doesn't exist anymore. No. Okay. Creator toolkit. Let's see. Got any new videos? No new videos? Come on, Starlight. What are you doing to me here? You're killing me, Smalls. That's not what I'm looking for. Printable goal thing. Not finding the thing where it's at. Hey, Skyby, hello. How are you doing? What's going on with you? Oh, I remember the name now. It's Starlight Deliveries. I am an idiot. Okay, so, yeah. So Starlight Deliveries is a program, literally a program. It's an online ordering system that hospitals have whenever they have a toy that, well, let's say for instance there's a really popular toy that they have that that a kid ends up going ahead and taking home. They want to replace that toy there in the hospital. They can get on to the Starlight deliveries system and order that toy. Now, if it's a hot item toy, it may be on back order for a little bit. But if it's something that isn't quite as sought after, if it's something that they can that Starlight can readily get their hands on quickly and get it to that hospital, they will. They'll go ahead and get that as there to them quickly, so that way they don't have to go ahead and be sitting around for so long, waiting for that. So there's the gaming stations, the VR, the hospital gowns, the Starlight playrooms and or Starlight spaces as they would call them, and again the Starlight deliveries. So all those wonderful things and more can be provided to our local hospitals that are part of that are part of the Starlight Network. And if you would like to help out, again, !donate to follow the link and donate today. Now, back to what we were talking about here a moment ago, Skyby. We had our good friend Chef Steve 330. I think I told you guys back in May, he and his business partner Creme Delish were involved in a near head-on collision with a drunk driver, and he completely destroyed the food trailer. The food trailer has been impounded by the drunk driver's insurance company. They're not giving it back, and they're not giving Creme and Steve any money. So Steve and Creme went ahead and reached out to their local Fox TV station, and they came out today and interviewed them. We watched the video a little bit earlier, Steve is pretty much, doing what he can to just keep his mind in the game and not lose his shit. And he's focused on what they're trying to do right now, which is to build a new essentially it's a pop-up trailer, and it's gonna end up being like a dessert truck, if you will. They're gonna have their creme delish cannolis. They're gonna have these new cake pops that they've been working on, and a couple other little things here or there that they can go ahead and have and sell. So that'll at least get them what they can do. So, but yeah, that's what Steve's focused on. Meantime, Krem, during the interview, he broke down during the interview, and you could see how much it means to him that the community has come together to open a GoFundMe, so that way the community in some way, shape, or form can provide them with ways to do what they need to do to get things back up and running again. Maybe not with the same kind of food truck that they had before, or technically a food trailer, but still, it is something that at least they can get moving forward. The biggest thing is they want to go ahead and get their old trailer back, so they can at least see if there's something or anything at all that is salvageable. It's kind of hard to really see what is salvageable when they can't get it back. So, and like we said, the drunk driver that hit them, in the video, the drunk driver's insurance company stated directly to Fox 26 down there in Houston that absolutely their driver, their insured driver, is at fault, but a representative from said insurance company told Steve, "We don't have any money to provide to you." And when Steve said, "Well, what do you mean you don't have any money? You better be paying us money." And they said, "Well, we'll see you in court." It's just like, it's crazy. And you see, that's the weird thing, Code. I've never had issues with people's insurance not paying for my repairs. I had a 16-year-old girl, maybe even 15. I don't remember exactly how old she was, but her and her boyfriend were driving back from a Blockbusters and slammed square into the back of my car. While she was insured, mostly probably through her parents' insurance and whatnot, she was still insured, and they made sure that I got paid so I can get my car repaired. Same thing happened when I got rear-ended more recently. The lady who hit me was a teacher, and her insurance was like, okay, yep, this, I even told him, I was like, look, it was rainy, it was the middle of March, and I don't know if she hit a slick patch and just couldn't brake in time, or if she was on her phone and got distracted. I didn't ask her. I just know that she bumped into me. It was hard enough to jostle me forward, but it wasn't something along the lines of where she hit me going 35 miles an hour or faster and completely dented in the entirety of my the back of my car, right? Worst thing happened was that my bumper now sits a little lower than what it should be. And even though I took it to a body shop to have it repaired, it still looks like that it's still a little low. So it could be that the bolt or part of the main body or something like that's kind of stripped or something, so it doesn't sit right anymore. I don't know, but yeah. They what? Yeah, they straight up told Steve, yeah, we don't have any money, so we'll see you in court. We're not paying you. It's fucking crazy, but yeah, I've never had a problem with insurance companies not paying, right? So it's bonkers, but yeah, like I said, Krem was very emotional in the interview. You know, it hit him right then and there. I mean, I'm sure it hit him before, but it's kind of resurged, saying, "Look, how can we not continue forward when we have people in this community who've set up a GoFundMe so we can go forward?" And that's what's really cool. So when did they tell him that? Recently. I don't know how recently, but it's been recently. So like they've been trying to go ahead and get them to pay for the repairs to Steve's truck, pay for the damages done to the trailer, and then even to get the trailer back, and they're not budging on anything. So it's bonkers, and I'm hoping that they get it resolved, put it behind them, get a brand new food trailer. That way they have their main food trailer and they have their dessert food trailer. A little pop-up. And the pop-up would still be great for things like the farmers markets, so they can go and do their breakfast / dessert kind of stuff. But we'll see how everything turns out for him. Wishing them all the best of luck, you know. But how's everyone who just got in here? How's everyone's day been? What's your week been like? What what you got planned for the weekend? What's going on with you? As far as I know, they did, Brock. I don't know. Been playing Battlefield 6 beta. And gotcha. Abiotic factor. Got it. Now here's the question, Code. Are you gonna go over to Call of Duty while you're still playing Battlefield 6 and see if you end up getting banned? I saw that that thing going around saying any Call of Duty player who ends up playing Battlefield 6, we'll find out, and you'll be banned. It's like, man, that's petty as hell. I don't know if that's like a true thing or if that was just something made up for funsies, but I've seen stranger things happen. Finding my floss bobbins with a power drill. Hey, there you go. Daughters are getting into cross stitch, and my oldest decided that she wanted to go ahead and get this really fluffy really fluffy thread, and she wanted to make a wubby for our friend who watches them, as a just sort of as a get well present. She just got done with her 3rd or 4th foot surgery. Hopefully this is the last one she has to do. Odds washed up. Gotcha. Battlefield's always been better game mechanics wise. I gotcha. You know, for some reason, I don't know why, but I have a feeling. I know darn well I was playing PUBG at some point. Was I playing that on Xbox? Yeah, I must have been playing that on Xbox. I was looking for that the other day. I was like, oh, I wonder. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not playing on an Xbox. That was fun for a little while. It and and other games like Fortnite and the battle royale games, they're good for what they're worth for a little bit, you know, and then after a while I'm like, all right, I'm done playing this. By the way, guys, how does the overhead cam look? I adjusted some settings, so I'm thinking that everything looks a little bit better than what it used to. Like it may not be as blurry as it once was, Oh god, it's 100 plus degrees outside, Sky. Jeez. See, what you ought to do, Sky, is get that power tool, that power drill, and attach a couple of paper plates to it, and turn it into a fan. Well insulated. All right, cool. As long as you've got the chill. Ooh. Feel right there. Yeah, I was talking with Norgie and UDP earlier in chat, and we had a door-to-door salesman come by. His company's gonna have a truck in the area, and they're gonna go ahead and do free insect repellent treatments and whatnot. But any additional treatments you'd have to pay for, and and the first time that he showed up and was working with my wife, you know, she's trying to tell him, like, look, I got kids in here. I can't be leaving them behind, leaving them to themselves for too long. So whatever you gotta show me or tell me or whatever have you, just do it so I can go ahead and get back to them. And he wasn't getting it, kinda. That kind of pissed me off. But the things that he was telling my wife about having to come in and put things, how was it he said it? Spray their pest control stuff into the walls and into the outlets. I'm like, what? Like, no, that's not how that works, bud. That's not how any of this works. Either way, you know, there's things that we need to go ahead and do before we decide to go ahead and let anybody in this house in who doesn't normally come into our house. I'm like, no. I don't feel comfortable with that. So my initial thought was, I ain't talking to the guy. He's like, apparently he talked my wife into going and asking, when I would be available, and she's like, oh yeah, he'll be back around like 6-7 o'clock. He'll be available around then. I was like, all right, cool. I'll stop back by and talk to him then. He knocked on the door at 6 or 7 o'clock. I didn't answer. Now, that should be your first notion that I don't want to talk to you. I don't want your services. Go away. But then he decides to come back. Now, look, chat. I'm all for going ahead and knocking on doors and trying to do door-to-door salesman stuff throughout the course of the day, right? But when you are knocking on my door at 9 o'clock at night, you're bound to be met with a fist in your face, or at least, or at the very least, some very strong words. So when he came back the second time and I still didn't answer, again, one would think that should be your sign that I don't want your services. I don't want to talk to you. Go away. Here we go. So I'm like, okay. That's a definite. I'm not gonna go ahead and take his services. He's knocking on my door at 9 o'clock. So I left him. I left him hanging again. He went on down the road to one of my neighbors. And then my wife came home a few minutes later. So while he's still down there talking with the neighbors, he sees my wife come home, sees me come outside and help her out, so he decides to come back over again. Now we're around like 9:30, almost 10 o'clock, and I'm like, no, I am definitely not wanting this. So I open the door, and he's like, oh yeah, did your wife talk to you about me stopping by? I was like, yeah, she talked to me about you coming by. Like, oh, that's really cool. Hey, I just wanted to just sort of ask you if you'd seen. I was like, I won't stop you. I'm not interested. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm not interested in what you're selling. I don't care. He's like, but I was like, look, dude, I want to try to put this to you as clearly as I can. I don't have the money for to pay for the services that you're going to be offering. All right. I've got other things that I need to put that money towards right now. Pest control right now is not the biggest thing that we need. There's some pest control that needs to be done around here, but what you're wanting to go ahead and take care of is not what I need help with right now. So thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate it, but I'm not interested. He goes, but the first one's free. I'm like, I don't care. I just straight up said, I'm not interested. He goes, all right, well, thanks for your time. Like, dude, get the fucking hint. First one's free, but everything else after that you got to pay for. And I'm like, hey, yeah, nah, I'm not getting on the hook for that. You're not coming into my house, spraying a whole bunch of shit. So yeah, I'm like, no, we're good, bud. Thank you. You can take yourself on about your business. I want pest control. I'll hire the actual professionals who knows what the fuck they're doing. Who isn't gonna sit here and blow sunshine up my ass? So I was talking about taking some time off soon. maybe just before September. I want to try to go ahead and decompress a little bit from streaming so much. Maybe come up with some ideas for the stream. There we go. Trying to see where in the world I was going there. I'm like, something's not right here. But yeah, the other thing that really kind of set me off about this guy stopping by was that he didn't have a card. He didn't have any kind of flyers. And I'm just like, that is shady as hell. I'm sorry. If I'm going to do door-to-door salesman stuff like that, and if you're not available to talk to me right now, I'm going to leave a card, or I'm going to leave a flyer or something, some way for you to communicate with me or my company. So that if you are interested, you can call me back. And if not, hey, no big deal. You have our number. If something comes up, give me a call. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I mean, where in the world is my fucking needle? And then you get poked and like, oh, there it is. Thanks. Oh my. So Sky, when you say where is your needle? What did you do? Did you drop your needle? Oh, gotcha. And that guy was definitely just not getting the hint. I'm like, look, dude, I've not answered the door twice when you've knocked on my door. The second time was kind of the last straw because you knocked on my door after at 9 p.m. or later. You know, businesses aren't allowed to allowed to call you after 8 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. your local time. So if businesses can't call you that late, you shouldn't be knocking on people's door that late. I understand you're trying to go ahead and get sales and people interested, but no. I'm sorry, dude. You done lost my business. And if he used to come back around and ask me why I decided not to go ahead and go with it, I'm going to tell him straight up, like, look, you knocked on my door at 9 p.m. That's a cardinal sin when it comes to any kind of sales, regardless if it's in person, door to door, or if it's on the phone. If you're not allowed to call after 8 p.m. local time to residential homes and businesses and that kind of thing, you're definitely not allowed to come to the door that late or later. And so I'm sorry, it's a no-fly zone for me. How is it that Randy Jackson said it? That's a no for me, dog. Yeah, no, that's a no for me, dog. Oh, I know, Sky. I know. And the funny thing was also that he was sitting there rattling off names of people who live he's rattling off people's names of my neighbors like I know them. Was like, dude, I barely interact with my immediate neighbors. Do you think I'm gonna interact with people who are more than a couple houses down? Come on now. There we go. Poor unfortunately. Let's see. Had so many people knocking on my door trying to sell me crap that I made my own no soliciting sign. One guy didn't get the hint until I answered the door with my shotgun and just stared at him. That kind of stuff is why I'm glad I have a locking storm door. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm sitting here working and I hear the knock at the door, right? And this is this morning, and immediately, whenever there's a knock at the door, if me or my wife aren't right there to answer the door, our girls start going, "There's somebody knocking at the door," and we're like, "Shut up, stop." One of the reasons why I don't like to have the freaking blinds or the blinds with the curtains open in the middle of the morning. That's just inviting people to come knock on the door. It's one thing if it's friends, but one, you better be calling and telling me that you're on your way over, so I know to expect you. What would have happened if I didn't have any kids? My wife wasn't here, and I just happened to be off on this specific day. And also, let's assume that I didn't have an alarm system with a camera on the inside of the house. I might have been in my boxes or less. You come knocking on my door, and if I'm not knowing that you're coming, you're gonna get a show. Or you're gonna be sitting out there waiting until I'm done getting dressed. I'm not even gonna answer the door until I'm dressed at that point. All of a sudden, cops show up. Rockstar, can you tell us why you answered the door in the buff? Because it's my house and I can do what I want inside my house. They came to my house unannounced. Don't you know we can arrest you for indecent exposure? If I was in public, I was not in public. I was still in my own house. Technically speaking, if I wanted to, I could roam around completely oblivious of articles of clothing on my own property. Although that at that point, technically, I would be out in the public, even though I would be on my own property. Yeah, there's where they can kind of get you. But I mean, I didn't cross the threshold. If I didn't cross that threshold, then I mean, hey, that's what people exactly. That's the one downside about our door. We don't have a people. I wish our door did have a people. what I need to do is I need to get the ring system so that way I can just answer from my phone. It's like, what do you want? It's like, dude, I'm working. What do you want? Weren't you that dingle hopper who came here through here the other day? And weren't you the one that that where I didn't answer the door around 6 and at 9 o'clock? Yeah, you can sit and spin on it, buddy. I don't want your services. Bye. Making some progress with this thing right now. I asked the question earlier. Does the camera seem like it's a little bit better on the quality side? So I made a few tweaks to the settings, and I think I got it looking pretty decent now. It doesn't look as blurry as it did before. Seems fine at the moment. All right, cool. Only skipping 2 this time. Okay. Right. Now we're gonna skip a whole bunch. There we go. Would you believe if I told you that it's still 91 degrees Fahrenheit outside at 9:19 p.m.? I would believe it. I would definitely believe it. I'm not saying this to make you jealous, but I'm gonna tell you, it's 73 here right now, with a humidity of 79. So the feels like temperature is probably along the lines of around 75, 76. Okay. Oh. Get back. Being silly in the it's very hot department. No, I get it. I totally get it. 12:21. Okay. Chat. We're working right here in the middle of the face, here in between the eyes. Open to again get the full row done before I have to go ahead and swap out the thread, but you know. We will see if thread checking wins this time or not. Chat, if you haven't been here for the past couple days, tried a new flavor of Mountain Dew, Mountain Dew Summer Freeze. Oh my god, it's good. It tastes like a freaking bomb pop, chat. It's one of those popsicles where you're like, you know what? I really wish I just had cherry, but since it's a popsicle, I'll take it. Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z. I mean, right here on C+ Rockstar on Twitch TV. You know what's kind of funny, Skybeat? You mentioned Dragon Ball Z. Did you know that the gentleman who voices teen/adult Gohan is the current voice of Ryu from the Street Fighter series? He started taking on the role of Ryu's voice. I'm pretty sure it was during Street Fighter 4 slash Super Street Fighter 4 slash Ultra Street Fighter 4, whatever. But it could very well have also started on the Street Fighter Alpha movie. What's funny and maddening at the same time is I'm surprised I didn't realize it sooner. But I was sitting down playing Street Fighter 4 again here on PC, and I was listening to the voice. I'm like, wait a minute, that voice sounds awfully familiar. And I went back and I was sitting there like thinking, okay, whose voice is that? And then it dawned on me. It's freaking Gohan. Here, we'll do this real quick. Just for schnitz and giggles. Just for schnitz and giggles. Let's see. Unexpected voices in unexpected places. All right. All right, so have a listen real quick to this.
It's survival of the fittest on a global scale. Who among the challengers will...
Another international fighting tournament. And it looks like SIN is behind this one. Can't shake the feeling that something sinister is happening behind the scenes. This all feels so familiar. I must be on my guard.
Okay. That's weird. Why did it do that for?
You guys lost or something?
You're Gohan, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
What's with the giant shoulder pads and the cape?
Huh?
Unless you want to get shot, we'll need you to come with us.
Sorry, I'm very busy.
You think I won't use this, pal? Huh?
Can you please leave? I'd rather not call the police.
Oh, you sure about that?
Pan!
Now it's starting to sink in. We've got your daughter. And if you don't want anything happening to her, I suggest you come along quietly. Bring your pretty cape if you want. Guy's a one-man circus. Huh?
What did you do to Pan? We haven't done anything. She's totally fine. Fighting always feels familiar to me. Like
now you can hear it, right?
Probably because I've been doing it since I was a child.
See, that's the beauty of being able to imitate voices. I can pick out voices in cartoons like it's nobody's business. Like for instance, so for with Sean Schimmel, okay, voice of Goku, at least adult Goku. It's rare that I can hear him in anything else, but when I do hear him, it's like, oh, it's Goku, or it's Sean Schimmel. It made Gohan badass, exactly. But no, I can hear, like I said, for instance, for Sean Schimmel, I was sitting there and watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, and then out of nowhere, here comes Bronk, and Bronk's voice is essentially Goku, but with a with a Bronx accent. I was just like, okay. It's like there's Goku. You know, favorite turtle growing up from TMNT was Raphael, right? So Rob Paulson's voice is always right there in my skull, and then you hear him in other things like Animaniacs. You kind of already knew it was already him, but then you start hearing him in other things too, and it's like, like when he started voicing Toodles in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I was just like, what? Right. Well, it takes time to register others. Exactly. Yes. I found that amusing to the nth degree. And once when we were mentioning that, it's like, oh, okay, cool. What's funny is I heard Chris Sabat, voice of Piccolo and Vegeta, among many others, but I just heard him in I think it was My Hero Academia. I'm like, what's Chris Sabat doing on My Hero Academia? Why does he sound like freaking Piccolo? Besides the fact that he is Piccolo. Chat, can you give me like a couple seconds to run upstairs and grab something to drink? I'm starting to get a little parched. I'm not sure. I don't watch My Hero Academia. At least I haven't started watching it yet. Solo leveling. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you guys can give me just a few seconds, I'm gonna run upstairs real quick and grab something to drink. I'm just gonna leave it right here for a moment. So, anyone comes in looking for me, tell them I'll be right back. Gotcha. All right, be right back. Hang tight, chat. Alright, here we go, chat. So, again, if you haven't had it yet, I definitely recommend this one. Hashtag not a sponsored stream. Cherry, lemon, raspberry. Tastes like a bomb pop. My wife says it's better when it's cold. This thing is currently room temperature, and I say room temperature because we have the house around 70, and it's cold to the touch, so I don't need to go ahead and put it in the freeze or in the fridge. So All right. Here we go. Sorry again for the wait. We are back to it. Today on Dragon Ball Z. What sinister plans does Frieza and his forces have for the Namekian people? Can Gohan and Krillin make it to them in time? Find out today on Dragon Ball Z. Yo, Tofu, what's up, Bubba? How you doing? How goes things with Tofu? Ooh, excuse me. I almost called off stream tonight. My head started pounding a little bit before I went live. I was able to get it under control without the use of a leave, which I'm surprised. Yeah, I saw that, bud. The original 5 plus Green Ranger, and I saw White Ranger was also added in. And about $40. Needed the Rangers. I feel that. I feel that. Apparently, there was a lot of controversy with the skins for Fantastic Four. Like you had to say it in that way, because otherwise, if you'd said Fantastic Four skins, well, one's mind goes to the gutter very quickly. That's another thing that, for me, I can't justify putting money like that on games as much as I want to play as those characters. Give me the ability to unlock them in the game without needing to actually pay money. Tiger's orders a glider, plus the Halo skins too. Finally have energy swords. Nice. Did it for Metallica. There you go. Yeah, I'm some games I'm perfectly okay with when it comes to DLC, because, things like Pinball FX, okay, you're coming out with new tables all the time. That's fine. I wish the tables didn't cost an arm and a leg. A lot of times, but you're paying for that name brand at that point. But I mean, if there were more tables to that we could go ahead and get without having to pay anything for it, you know, give me the ability to try to unlock the game or the new DLC without having to pay for it. You know, give me missions. Especially when it's a game that's already 50 or 60 bucks out the gate. 70, I guess, now in some cases. You know, that's why as much as I loved the Destiny series, I had to put Destiny down because I couldn't afford putting money in on it anymore. Especially when all of my friends who played it don't play anymore. Or if they do, they play with people I don't know who the hell they are. I don't know how they work. All that, you know, there's a lot of things that cause anxiety. Like, look, I just want to play the game with my friends. I only bought World Cup and the Twilight Zone World Cup '94. Nice. Call of Duty, right? Yeah. And now Call of Duty's threatening to ban people for playing Battlefield 6. Or at least that's the meme I've seen going around. I don't know if it's true or not, but still, I find it hilarious. Yeah, like, you know, we were talking about with Pinball FX. You know, I just saw that there's a new DLC coming out for Pinbot Taxi. I can't remember what the other game was, but you know, these are Williams classics that I had on Pinball Hall of Fame. Or what's now was known as Pinball Arcade at the end of things. You know, I don't necessarily care for Pinball FX's how the games run on Pinball FX's platform or engine, I guess is probably the better word. It doesn't seem to work quite the same. But then again, each variation of the engines or of the games that have come out since they've been recreated on Pinball Hall of Fame, Williams Collection, and all the others, you know, they've all had slightly different ways of working and I think that the Pinball Arcade version was the best version of them so far. But when you go from Pinball Arcade to Pinball FX, which are two different companies, you could tell a clear difference between how the game it runs, and the differences in the overall environment and whatnot. Yeah, Pinball Arcade was perfect, exactly. Sorry. Thread's getting twisted here. I'm trying to... There we go. Yeah. That still doesn't mean I'm probably not going to go ahead and spend the money to get the new Pinball FX, because, I mean, Pinbot and Taxi. Pinbot is probably my favorite pinball table of all time. As frustrating as that table can be, Rare partnered with Nintendo to and Williams to bring both All right. But Rare, the guys who made Killer Instinct and the Donkey Kong Country games, they had partnered with Nintendo. I should say Nintendo. Technically, it was one of their subdivisions, if you will. They had partnered with Williams to bring both Pinbot and high-speed pinball tables to the NES. And I really like what Rare did with Pinbot, because they gave it a bit of a twist. After you get multi-ball, and you lock one of the balls back into the eye socket for solar value, and you go up the ramp and around. The moment you get back through the ramp and everything, and your ball hits the inner out ramp, if you will, where it goes to your flipper. It then goes ahead and does it changes the scene from the original table view to a brand new view, and now you've got a blob that starts off at Pluto and is working its way towards the sun. If it gets to the sun, it's not a guaranteed game over or losing your ball, but you have a high chance of losing your ball, because the blob will go ahead and grab your ball. Like it'll go full on magnet mode, and the ball will be attracted back towards the sun. If it gets to the sun, the blob will sit there and try to chomp on it, and if it chomps on it enough, it'll spit it out right down the hole in pieces. And there's really no way to get it back at that point. But if you time it right, you can jostle the table, and it'll cause the blob to spit your pinball back out. After you go ahead and do and open up the visor, get multi-ball and lock for solar value again, and complete a solar value, you then go to the next stage where you have bombers that are trying to take out your flippers. So I've always kind of liked that version of Pinbot, but my nostalgia for it is still on the arcade itself. And the reason for that is because there were older kids trying to play Pinbot at the bowling alley. And hold on, Sky. Let me go ahead and do this. There you go. Twirled. There were older kids at the bowling alley trying to play Pinbot, and they were having such a hard time trying to get it, trying to open the visor, trying to get multi-ball, all of that. And I asked them, like, hey, can I go ahead and get the next game? And they're like, yeah, sure. You know, they get frustrated. Like, you know, I'm like, I've only got enough for one game, so you guys can have it back as soon as I'm done with this game. Like, all right, cool. So they stood by and they watched what I was doing. And sure as shit, the first attack onto Pinbot, and I unlock the visor immediately. So you know you got the lights that go this way, and then they go this way, right? Time it just right. You hit the target while the light is lit. It unlocks the visor and immediately begins the multi-ball phase. Lock your balls. Once you got your balls locked, it begins multi-ball. These guys were like, how? How in the hell? Like they were sitting there watching what I was doing and taking notes. And sure as shit, after I got done playing, I went ahead and stood by, watched them play another game, and they did a hell of a lot better the next time around. They're just like, dude, that was awesome. So I always have a special place in my heart when I'm able to go ahead and teach the when I was able to teach the big kids, you know, something new. Did Tofu bounce already? Son of a gun. Oh well. Thanks, Tofu, for stopping by. Okay. After this next one, I'm gonna go ahead and swap out to the next set of thread. Hydrate too. Ooh, ah. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, definitely. Eyes. What? That is. Look, when you're working with a big, with a small stabby thing, your eyes are not the first thing that need to go. Okay. Yes, I know my eyes are closed, but I was having a moment here where my eyes decided to go. Yeah, I really don't know what to call it, but that wasn't very nice. It was not very nice. Not nice. Not nice. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and swap this out now. I could probably go ahead and get a little bit more out of it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and swap it. Hey, will you listen to that at the beginning of the stream? It's been long enough now. I've been live long enough that y'all haven't heard it. So I'll let it play. Let's see, I'll do it this way. Alright, so as always, chat, whenever we end a thread, we look at where we stopped at. In this case, we stopped right there. Stopped right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right here, a half step back from where we were before. And we're going to recreate that that stitch that we just did to get us where we left off at. The reason why we're doing this is so that way we can marry the two threads together. Or in this case, we're anchoring them down together, but same idea. Egg blasted. All right, this will be the last one we need to do here. Now we'll go ahead and cut the excess off here. All right. Now we just complete the process. And we're back to it. All right, so Chad, just as a reminder, we are raising awareness for Starlight Children's Foundation all month, this month and next. If you'd like to help us out with the campaign, !donate. Every dollar counts, doesn't matter if it's $1, $5, or $10. If you can afford to do so, which I understand at this time, in this economy is kind of hard to do, but hey, you're going to be making sure that kids can heal faster, go home faster, and reduce the cost of care for the patient, for the parents. And that's what really counts. Oh, go on. There we go. Having a hard time getting through that bit there. Also, chat, if you cannot afford to help out monetarily speaking, there is a way that you guys can help out that would be awesome. And that is to amplify the campaign. Now, amplifying the campaign basically means that you're essentially joining me in my donation fundraising. What you do is you click on the link that's provided there in chat, and that takes you over to Tiltify, where all you got to do is enter an email address, and it will generate a version of our donation link, but with your email address's user ID, if you will, like the first part of the email address. It'll go ahead and assign that part of your email address to the link. And what will happen is every time that someone uses your version of the donation link, or the amplified donation link, not only will we go ahead and see their name and how much they donated, but we'll also see where that donation came from. If it came from that amplified link, then not only will we provide that person with a thank you, but we'll also provide you with a thank you for helping us boost that signal. So again, if you guys can't help out directly, just making a simple amplify link and saying, hey, I got a friend, and going on social media and saying, hey, I got a friend who's raising awareness for Starlight Children's Foundation. Can you guys help him out? Here's the link for his donation page. Please consider donating. And just leave it at that. If someone decides that they're going to go ahead and donate, then hey, great. And if they don't, hey, you know what? It's no skin off your nose. You at least tried. You tried spreading the message and tried spreading the word, or if you will. And if just no one took the bait, then hey, no one took the bait. No one wanted to go ahead and help out sick kids who don't deserve to be stuck in the hospital. Especially those kids diagnosed with cancer. My child has benefited directly. Actually, both my children technically have benefited directly from Starlight Hospitals. Again, our very own Nationwide Children's Hospital here in Columbus, Ohio, have treated both of them for different situations. But at the very least, my eldest, when she went in for a collarbone fracture, got to bring home a baby doll. And then more recently, when she had an issue with a blood platelet count issue, she got to come home with some arts and crafts that she did while she was staying in the hospital. We got to go ahead and go to the playroom and play with the toys and the board games and whatnot that they had in there. We had some fun while we were there. Go over 3 more, it looks like. Okay. Perfect. Now, here. Skipping 2. There we go. Now we can complete this row. Down. All right, chat. We are getting close to the end of our night. Not quite there yet, but we're getting close. I want to keep on going until I at least get this thread done. We'll see where I'm at, how I'm feeling. Now, if I decide that we're going to go ahead and go longer, we're going to go longer. Those of you watching who haven't already followed the channel, please consider following the channel. Make sure to turn on notifications so that way we know when we go live. You're also welcome to join the Discord. Best place to know when we're going live, or if we've had to call off stream for any reason. All those fun, wonderful things. Cheers to you. Oh, so good. I'm gonna have to pick up some more of that. Also, speaking to the Discord, I was going to go ahead and mention this before. It's a wonderful place to go ahead and see what else the rest of the community is working on. Not only just updates from me, if for some reason you forgot you missed the stream or whatever, or if I decide to go ahead and work on this project off stream, but you can go ahead and see what others are working on, like Skybeat, who's in chat right now. She's been working on some projects. She just did a green, a regular, and a black Rayquaza. which was kind of neat to see that. Okay. What I'll do here. All right, so just giving you a quick overview of what I'm thinking of right about now. So I'm thinking what I would like to go ahead and do here is finish this one here up, and then pop over here, and then we'll do the English style over this way, and then when we get down to here, we can go ahead and get this bit in full, pop over here, and then we can start filling in this section. I think that's probably our best move right now. So what I mean by English style is, if you kind of notice what we've been doing all throughout the night, we've just been doing half stitches, where I'll do one half of a full cross stitch, right? We'll do the one half, and I'll do that all the way across, and then turn around and come back the opposite direction, filling in the other half. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and do both halves before I move on to the next square, if you will. Really wonky method of stitching called the Italian method. Would that be where they kind of go do your basic in and outs in a diagonal fashion, and then turn around and come back the opposite direction with the, like, how does that one work? Very, very weird. Very weird. It's like a longer stitch one way and normal the other way back. Oh, wow. Alright, so you can see here we've done the one. Sorry, I'm trying to go ahead and put this into the scene here so you can see it. So you see we did the one. Now I'm going to go ahead and complete that one. Something more akin for lace work. Oh, okay, I got you. I had to do a double take behind me. I thought my hand was my eldest's face. I was like, what? Highly illogical, but fascinating. Got it. That up over here real quick. Hang on. Also, speaking of the stream chat, don't forget you can actually take a look at oh God. I don't like it. Oh God. Oh, so oh man. It's like if you needed a bigger Ada cloth and they didn't have a bigger Ada cloth, so you decided to go ahead and go with a bigger square. But then on top of that, yeah, I don't like the 5 to 6 and 7 to 8. Ew, no, I don't like it. It was a thing in Italy. No, I get that. Yeah, I get that. Thanks for sharing that though. I appreciate that. Excuse me. Let's see. I don't want the plus program gold or goals. Okay. Oh. this is interesting because what we can do now, sort of show you guys here. So essentially what we're going to go ahead and do here, let me go ahead and get myself over here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do all of these over here. We'll go ahead and go this way in half stitches. So these 3 half from here to here and then back again. And when we get back to here, then we can skip over and start the row from there on. Now the downside is that I do have some bits over here, but I'll come back through and I'll fill in all these extra bits later on. The long arm stitch, okay. Uh-oh. That's better. Oh god, the Italian stitch is much worse. Oh shit, hold on. Skip 3. Okay. So we're drawing arrows. We're drawing arrows, chat. Again, we're going in a bigger square than just a 2x2. We're essentially going in a 3x3. Here's more of the same. It's how it would look if it's if they're doing a 3x3. If it's a 2x2, like down here, that looks chaotic. Bottom is normal, got it. Ooh, excuse me. crazy. So goes over here, up here, down through there, up here. And then back down here. Which is weird because it kind of looks like with this version over here, it kind of looks like they started here, went here, up here, down here. See, I'm sorry, hold on. Over to here, up, down, back down here. So yeah, it doesn't look like they started here. It looks like they started in the middle. So middle, over, up, diagonal, up to here, back down here, and then over to here, and then up and over. So 1 to 2. Oh, so they went, okay, so instead of going from here to here and then up to here, down to here, they went from here to here, back over here, back up here. And then right back to here and up. And then from here, diagonal over to here, and then back diagonally. That hurts my brain. Like, why not just go from here to here, up to here, down to here, up to here, back down to here, over to here, and then up? Like, yeah, I don't know. That hurts my brain noodle. Why would the Italians do this? By the way, Chad, that was our friend Sean McCoy's new band, Blood Ocean. Sean McCoy is one half of the lead singers from Boboflex, and you know, with Marty who's starting up his new band called The Lonely Ones, Sean thought, you know what? Maybe I ought to go ahead and start up my own too, in case what we have as Boboflex may at some point end up going away, or maybe we continue to do what we've been doing. And so yeah, this is his new individual project that he's doing without his brother. So if you guys can, please make sure you're checking out all three bands. Boba Flex. That's Boba as in Boba Fett, and then Flex, all combined together. Then there's the Lonely Ones. Keep in mind that there are two different versions of the Lonely Ones. There is the Lonely Ones that we hear on this channel, and then there's like the Lonely Ones, which is like an old-timey folk band, like bluegrass almost. It kind of looks like is what they play. So just kind of keep that in mind. They are not the same band as far as I know. And then again, Sean's new band is called Blood Ocean. There's a new song is supposed to be coming out soon. I need to go back and see exactly what when that's supposed to be out again. I do believe it's supposed to be out now. I know. White on white. I'm glad I got a good chunk of it done. I still have a hell of a lot more to go for the belly badge. We're doing the other colors first, though. $10 out of 10 cents. Got it. All your makeup, all your clothes, do not hide the pain down inside. Okay. Yeah, the majority of the white on white for this specific project is all going to be the belly badge. chat, I will say that I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead and stream on Saturday night. We may decide to make a run for it. But if I decide not to, we will be back live on Sunday. We'll be playing some more Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I am going to need to go ahead and get out and do the yard. So hopefully, hopefully I can go ahead and do that tomorrow after I get back from running around. We've officially entered that time of the year where wasps have started making their nests in my shed, which that's always fun. If it's not carpenter bees, it's wasps. Go ahead and unravel our thread here. It's got itself twisted up. So have a little bit there. Alright, we are now on the last section of this specific row. It's for the first half of it. Alright, back. Come on now. We were doing good until just now. Alright, let me go ahead and take a stretch here. I felt those vertebrae move a little bit. At the very least, I heard them. We were talking about the Discord chat. We earlier, I should say, was talking about how it's a great place to go to find out when we're going live, if we've had to cancel stream. You get the exclusive word over there. Also, you can go ahead and check out what projects myself and others are working on. We'll take a moment to look at that here in just a minute, Skybeat. So we'll have fun watching, looking at that, and you can also go ahead and find like clips and whatnot of the channel over there too, and not just of our channel. The others can post their clips as well. You know. So click that link, join the Discord. Again, you don't have to download the software. You can always just open it up via the website. Chat, we're almost done with the row here. Few more stitches away and we'll be done with the first half of this row. And then we can start our return back to the start. However, we are running out of thread, which means that we are going to need to go ahead and swap out to a new thread. But when we get to that, when we get to the point where it looks like I might not be able to go ahead and do that, I will call it a night there as far as the cross stitching is concerned. Let me go ahead and get back to, say, maybe here. I think I may call it there. What I'm doing right now, Chad, is I'm going to go ahead and get past the point of where we started with this specific thread. And then that's where I'll stop for the night. One more here. Take that back. One more. Okay. All right, chat. There we are. That's where we're at right now. As you can see, we're on the return back the opposite direction. When we get back to there, we'll figure out. Maybe we'll just go ahead and stick to the main, and we'll keep on going down this way until we get everything filled into, say, that row. I will need to go ahead and switch back over to the 552 so I can go ahead and get this bit filled in. on that side. So we may go ahead and take another break from the 553 to switch back over to the 552 and get some of that filled in. And then from there we can kind of figure out where we are with everything. Get the other Paul set up in there as well. Yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. So, all right, chat. Let's go see who. Oh wait, I didn't mean to go there yet. Doggone it. Hold on. Back over here for a minute. We're gonna go look at Discord real quick. Again, here you guys can see every time that we get done with a section, we'll take a picture and we'll pop it in into Discord so that way you guys can see what's going on with it. There is Skybeat's double-sided Rayquaza, one regular, one shiny black Rayquaza, and then that looks like, yeah, okay, it's a dice bag with a Pokeball on it. Which Pokeball is that? Is that that's not the Love Ball, is it? Or Friend Ball, I should say. It's just like a custom Heal Ball. Oh, the Heal Ball. Okay, cool. Right on. Yeah, that's the last thing we got on there so far, so. But yeah, so chat, you guys can make sure you're checking out the Discord. Wonderful place to, again, to check out what everyone else is working on. You might find, I might go ahead and upload the patterns that we do. Excuse me. So if you want to go ahead and do and work on some of that yourself, you can. So yeah. All right, let's go back over here and let's find who is live that we can raid out to. Oh, let's see. There we go. Let's go say hi to our good friend Lily Kitty. Someone was saying something about Fortnite earlier. She's playing some Fortnite, so we're gonna go raid her. Oops, 513. There we go. All right, chat. If you guys can, please make sure you're following Lily Kitty 0513. Drop her a follow. Sorry, like I said, drop her a follow. Come over with us on the raid. Drop her a follow. Tell her Rockstar sent you. There we go. And have some fun hanging out with her. She's got to stay up all night, I guess. Apparently, she's got a sleep study thing that she's got to go ahead and do. So she's trying to do everything she can to stay up right now, so that way she doesn't have to force herself to go to sleep when it's time for the sleep study. So let's go say hi and see what we can do about keeping her awake for a little bit. I'm gonna see you guys over there. Until then, rock on, and we'll see you guys all on Sunday at the latest. Oh wait, it matched the color of a nice sky. Nice, awesome. All right, guys, I'll see you all over there at Lily's channel. Till then, rock on. See you guys.